Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Rye and we're back again with episode 2 of Let's Play Osiris New Dawn. And we are still on the hunt for Magnesium. So where we left off I was headed up back this direction on the hunt for Magnesium. And there is this very steep incline here and I'm not entirely sure what exactly is down there. See some oxygen vents. The oxygen is that blue color. So I'm kind of skirting along the edge of the rim. I can see a crab monster down there. And I can see what looks... it could possibly be Magnesium down there. Yeah, let's might as well go take a look-see. Heading slowly down the rim here. Just gonna stop and take a look-see. Yes, that is Magnesium, and oh shit! Oh shit, okay, well, apparently this is a crater! And it's a big crater, and the big craters always contain those giant crater worms. Which is surprising because normally, well at least in my last playthrough, the large craters didn't have anything living as far as these smaller monsters, anything living inside them. I just kind of assumed they got offed by that crater worm. But apparently not the case. And of course it is Magnesium, which I should have known better that there would be a crater worm down here if it was in fact Magnesium. Because the Magnesium only ever seems to show up in the craters. And there's always a crater worm associated with it. Alright, well, I don't really want to stick around for the potential that that crater worm might come back. I don't know what the limits of this crater are. It doesn't really have a defined border like some of the others do. So I don't know at what point I'm going to leave the crater and re-enter the crater. And every time you leave and re-enter the crater worm is going to reveal himself in the same spectacular manner. Now, this isn't really a problem. I mean, obviously you see you can dodge him easily enough, just as long as you don't go to the Prometheus school of running away from things. You can actually dodge him pretty easily, but if you're distracted like I was almost, looking at your inventory when that guy pops up, you're gonna have a bad time. So I've got plenty of Magnesium now. I'm gonna head back up and deposit that in my storage containers. Probably get a little more aluminum. I don't know how much I have, but I mean I'm gonna need enough. So just get back up here using that double jump. Now I have read the comments that you nice people have left me on the first episode, and there is some interest in getting a multiplayer server up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish doing this playthrough, and probably about halfway through this playthrough, at least what I've got recorded, and then I'm going to let the game update, let them add some new content, which will make getting some materials a little more difficult because of what they're doing. And once that's the case, I'll go ahead and get that private server. But, that being said, you guys are going to have to buy the game because it is in early access on Steam. So, what I think I might do, at least for a little bit here, on top of finishing off this playthrough first, would be to kind of wait and hold off and see when it's on sale, and then just let you guys know on Facebook that, hey, game's on sale, so you can go pick it up for cheap, and we can all get in there with the multiplayer server. Until then, though, you just get to watch and listen to me play the game, and hopefully it's tempting enough to take a look at. Let's see, so I've grabbed some aluminum. The robot there, well, it's most definitely getting me plenty of iron. Oh yeah, you can see he's starting to establish the iron. Let's head back over to my inflatable dome, which, once again, I really wish I had put closer. Well, I'd really wish I had put it down here instead of the other plateau there. This was not a very good spawn. My first playthrough had an excellent spawn. Had everything I needed, all in a short, little, nice, condensed area, except lithium. It was the only thing that I had to go well out of my way to find. But, you know, then again, this particular spawn, I kind of have to go out of my way to find lithium too. I just don't have to go as far. Which is good, because lithium becomes one of those key late game ingredients that you absolutely must have. You can see the sun has moved along. Alright, let's see. To make a shovel, I need steel and aluminum, and steel is 2 iron, 1 magnesium, and 1 aluminum. So, I'm going to pull 50, 100 iron, 50 aluminum, and 50 magnesium. That'll give me 50 steel plates. You can see how loaded down I am there. So I'm just going to go ahead and make all this until there's nothing left to make. Okay, pull that out. And then I'm going to grab some aluminum, and I'm going to make a shovel. And the shovel's the only way to get sand. And unlike the other tools that you have, the shovel's the only one that actually has kind of, it wears down over time. Which is odd. Though it is also the only tool that you can make. So I guess that makes sense. And now I'm doing the most boring part of the game. I'm digging in the dirt. Well, it's not even dirt. I'm digging in the sand. You only get 1 sand unit per shovel scoop. You need 2 to make 1 piece of glass. And you need, I think, 10 pieces of glass for the habitat. Something like 20 for the biodome. And something like 5 or 10 for some of the vehicles. Yeah, so you need a lot of sand. A lot of sand. It takes its time. And of course, as you can see, I've got my light on because night has fallen. And still digging. I'm trying to get 40 sand. And I'm almost there. I need 1 more unit with my backpack filled up with sand. The good news is sand does not weigh a lot. So, and you can get it from literally anywhere on this planet. So you can just stand in front of your forge and dig out sand, and it doesn't actually terraform the planet, which is pretty cool. So now I've got 40, so I can get a decent amount of glass, and of course you can see I did not make a lot of glass with that. But now I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make another storage container. Another depository here, just to hold my completed materials, and those completed materials will come in handy having them in the storage container. As I said previously, if you don't put away your materials as you collect them, you're going to end up over-encumbered really, really quickly and not able to move very fast. And I'm kind of thinking that right here is where I want to put the base, but it's really dark. I really can't see. I know... Okay, I'm going to need copper. Aluminum I have. I know where aluminum is. I have copper. So I've got all the stuff that I need to lay down my habitat module. The one thing that I'm going to continuously run short of here is going to be aluminum. But the good news is there's a couple of them right down here, and they do respawn, which is great. One of the things I wish that I hope the developers enable soon is going to be the ability to place more than one habitat module within a half a kilometer. Because there's so much stuff that has to be built on a non-windowed wall. It has to be right up against the wall in a habitat module. And it can't be against a window, which for some of the stuff doesn't make any sense, like the chemistry table or a bed. I think that should be able to go under a window just fine. But there's so much stuff that has to go around these walls, and, you know, if you want to have a base that's attached, you need to have at least, you're going to have at least 3 of these walls that are, well, they're not connected to anything. Well, I shouldn't say that they're not walls that you can build on, they're couplers. They're attached to something else. So, you know, this, you can't build anything on them. And if you want to be able to see out of your habitat module and see, you know, look at your base, you need to have windows, and every single window you put in removes one of those walls. And so what I think it would be fun to do is build 2 of these habitat modules and basically run them back to back with a hallway connecting. Have your biodome and a habitat, or a dormitory off of one, and a biodome and a dormitory off of the other, and then you can have all the essential crafting and climate control stuff, you know, spread out over the 2 of them. And for a cooperative base, that's probably going to come in, you know, handy. I think it'd be cool to have like 5 people in a co-op base and then run, you know, 5 dormitories. You know, have 3 habitat modules strung together or whatever, and then have 5 dorms all, you know, hanging off the backside of them, and a couple of biodomes and whatever. So I do apologize. I'm just going to sit here and kind of wait for the sun to come up a little bit. But, yeah, it is a little dark. I can't really see what's going on. And, of course, that darkness is mostly due to the weather effects. Now, you can see the rings from that big gas giant there. But you can't see the gas giant. And normally, on a very clear night, that gas giant is just massive. It's gorgeous. All of the scenery in this game is actually really, really pretty. You know, this is one of those, this is a planet I wouldn't necessarily mind being marooned on if I could look at that skybox every night. Of course, I say it's a skybox. It's not really a skybox. It's, you know, actual... it's an actual, you know, place up there that rotates around, and how it rotates around I'm not entirely sure yet, but, you know, we'll see some changes. So I'm thinking this is where I want to put my habitat module. And I'm thinking I want an airlock facing this direction, because that's going to be towards my biodome. But I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put an airlock facing the other direction. So I'm going to need more couplers. And I got to figure out where I want to put these. So let's see, I think right here facing the forge, pull out my multi-tool, I want a windowed wall, and I've got the materials for that. So I'm going to put a window wall so I can stare at the forge. And I'm not going to put too many windowed walls this time around. Last time I did, ran out of wall space. I think... Let's see. Let's see, I got that. Airlock won't fit there, so I'm going to put a regular wall here. And the airlock is a pretty sizable unit. So you do have to keep that in mind when you're building. So let's see, I've got 2 walls for sure. I'm going to need at least 5. I'm going to build a wall here. I know I don't have the materials for an airlock yet. Airlocks need rubber and titanium. Well, I have titanium, I do not have rubber. So I'm going to put my airlock there. It's going to face out the other way, and you know that's going to prove to be a very, very good decision. There you can see the rubber needed. Okay. Stuck. Little clipping issue. And the sun's coming up. Great. I'll turn off my light. And there you can see the planet exposed. The weather is foggy and... yeah, the weather effects in this game are pretty good. Damn it. I don't think I wanted to build a normal wall here, but now I'm stuck into it and I can't cancel it. I actually wanted to build a windowed wall so that I can look out the other direction. So now that I've got that wall up, yeah, I think I'm gonna do an airlock there. Do an airlock there. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna destroy this wall, replace it with a windowed wall. The problem with destroying walled objects or any of your objects is if you destroy them, you don't get any of the raw resources back. And I think that's a little stupid. I think you should reclaim something. Because there are pre-built structures on this planet, and we'll see some of those at some point in our playthrough. And I think it'd be cool if you could go along and just, you know, tear them down for raw resources if you can't find or make your own. So, let's see, you know, yeah, okay, so now you can see the dust and the rain and the moisture on my helmet popping up there. Alright, so I've got a windowed wall, and then I've got 2 more regular walls, and I think that will do as far as walls. So that leaves me with an airlock, that leaves me with 3 coupling walls, and 2 airlocks. I think I'm going to do 1 hallway, and I'm just going to put my dormitory right up on the other coupler. You see my droid there, he's depositing iron in the wrong depository, and I kind of wish you could flag things for, like, specifically say, okay, this is only for steel and glass making components, this is only for completed resources. I kind of wish it would let you do that, but it doesn't. It also doesn't organize things for you. I wish it would organize things for you. Let's see, where am I going? Oh yeah, I was gonna go explore. I need rubber, but I've decided instead I'm gonna go save at my inflatable dome, which is all the way over there. Why did I do this? Why do I do this to myself? I mean, on one hand, it kind of makes it, you know, somewhat convenient. I'm far enough away from my base that I have a hidey hole, and it does remind me that there's plutonium over there. But, yeah, I don't know. The weather's not very good right now. As you can see, it's raining. And it is making my helmet hard to see through. But even through the rain, just look at that gorgeous, gorgeous planet. Oh, it's beautiful, that big old gas giant. And it's just as beautiful in space. And hopefully in this playthrough, we will get to a point where we will build the spaceship and we will take off and we will pretty much just go up there and see all that space has to offer. Right now, not much. As one commenter pointed out in my episode 1 playthrough, you basically win the game when you can build a spaceship, because that's it. There's nothing more. You just go up there and you can see a dead space station that you can't interact with, but it's up there. You can see, oh, I don't want to go over that ridge, because I think that's the crater, and I don't need to be dealing with a crater worm I cannot see. Would be bad. That is a problem. The weather effects are just... they're killing me, man. And of course, because of this weather effects, reduced visibility, it basically means I'm not going to be able to see the potential monsters before they see me. And they don't seem to be affected by visibility like this. So this could be a problem. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's another flat plateau up here. It's like a double crater, giant double crater or something down there. Okay. Well, I'm going to continue on the hunt for rubber, and you get raw rubber specifically from rubber trees, and they look kind of like giant fungal. They almost look like giant shiitake mushrooms, just in tree form. And they grant you raw rubber, and you gotta do is whack it with your chisel, and you get a, completed sheet of raw rubber. I don't know how that's gonna change in the future, though, given its necessity for building things like airlocks. Probably not gonna change all that much. Now, you can manufacture rubber, which right now is... I mean, why would you need to manufacture rubber when you can go mine it on this planet? In the future, though, given what they've said about the new world that they're adding, which is an ice planet, it's basically like Hoth, I'm guessing that you're not going to be able to find rubber on that planet, so you probably are going to have to craft rubber. So I'm still looking. There's not a lot out here, this kind of surprises me. They're very desolate. There's no ore, there's not even any monsters. I mean, I know I set the monsters to low, but I'm surprised there's no ore. I don't normally run into just expanses of flat nothingness like this. Then again, I don't know exactly where on the map I've spawned. I don't know where in relation to my previous playthrough I've spawned. I know in my previous playthrough I was on the edge of the map. But I was on the edge of the map and I had a lot of resources on the edge of the map that I was on. Now you'll forgive me for a little bit for just kind of flying around in circles. The weather has got me confused. I really don't know where I'm going. And I don't want to randomly walk into another crater. I don't want to randomly run into a crab monster. And there are a couple of monsters, specifically something known as a tumbo, that I absolutely don't want to run into because the thing will just follow me. And it will attack. And it doesn't make any sense. Because it looks like the kind of creature that would not want to follow you and attack you aggressively. They do have the hydration and nutrition system in the game, though right now you are limited as far as nutrition goes to pretty much once you eat through your baked potatoes and carrots here. Once you eat through those, your only food source is going to be alien meat. And eating it raw will impact your health, so you do need a kitchen. You can see that the hydration tends to go down a lot quicker than the nutrition. So you're gonna also need, preferably you're gonna need a water reclaimer, though you can make water. You get hydrogen and oxygen vents there. You can make your own water, but you do need, I think, a glass container for that. And you do have to craft steel barrels. These giant things, and they use a decent amount of resources to make them. I think they need rubber too. But once you make them, you can go and you can store quite a bit of hydrogen in them, but they're heavy. And you need a lot of hydrogen. And plastic is one of those other things that you, for whatever you need hydrogen and carbon to make plastic. And, ooh. Oh, here's some solar panels. And I think these are part of... See, I'm trying to break them down for the resources, but you can't. They're built, and they're non-deconstructible, which is sad because those solar panels would make excellent additions to my base. Now, those solar panels are a small part of a larger human complex. Now, the developers placed this here, and it kind of has the possibility of a little bit of a maybe backstory that is gonna happen, that, you know, you can, when you're down on this planet, you can explore as a possibility. And I think that's kind of a cool idea to do, especially even if it is a multiplayer situation. I think having those solar panels to explore, having that human base, you know, figure out what happened to them, maybe the ability to deconstruct that base or reconstruct it, claim it for your own, would be pretty cool, in my opinion. Still though, you know, it's an alpha. It's pre-release. There's not a lot here. Oh, I don't really know where I want to go. But looking at the time, the length of the video, I think it's about time I plop in a cut. So I will see you next time. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Check out my other stuff, my World of Warships videos especially, since that's mostly what I do. And if you'd like to follow me on Facebook, where I'll be giving channel announcements and updates, and probably let you guys know when the game goes on sale, if it does. Hit that like button on Facebook. You can find the link for that in the description below. And if you'd like to help support me, please do so by visiting my Patreon. You can find the link for that in the description below as well. And next time, we'll continue our hunt for rubber. This is Captain Rye, saying I'll see you next time. Signing off.